Best episode of the show so far, no question about it. I am so fuming. Before we even start any discussion about this episode, I need to set one thing straight, and I need you girly pops to see this with me. The show tried to introduce an excuse for why a monster does this. The idea that he could never be as good as his older brother, that he was bullshit. Bullshit. He does this because he is a psychopath who does not care about anyone else but himself, who cannot make proper, decent relationships with other people, so he tries to manipulate them and control them into relationships. There is no way around it. No way around it. He wasn't mistreated. He wasn't looked over in favor of his brother. He's a psychopath. He's a monster. He's a monster. Let me calm down to give you a proper breakdown of the episode and all the little ways in which I haven't hated a character this much since Joffrey. Blonde English dudes will do it, won't they? Jesus. The whole episode, I was angry. Fuming angry the whole goddamn episode. And it started when Jinny was still considering going with James. And I was thinking, they're doing this cycle of violence way too well. Way too well, because my God, she was considering living with him, even though she knew he would get extremely angry if she didn't go with him. Guy, the guy that you are, the man that you are, my God. By the way, why was Guy apologizing to Theo? Hasn't he repented for his crimes? Hasn't he repented enough, not just to a person, but to society, by literally sacrificing his life to go with Jinny and take care of her and her baby? I'm so angry, you guys. At first, I was angry about the fact, not at Jinny, because Jinny is the victim in all this. I was angry at the fact that James did his violence towards her so goddamn well that she was considering going with him. And she made so many decisions in this goddamn episode about just taking the violence and taking everything that he did to her just for the sake of her baby. When she told Honoria to take the baby and leave her behind, I was, So I was angry since then. But of course, Guy managed to get her into the right place, and just as they are about to leave, the baby is gone. I shit you not. When James was back in England in his aunt's house, whatever, and he was talking to his mother, and he said the baby was also the problem, because as small as he is, he already knows how to, get in my nerves like his mother. And when James said the baby was the problem, my criminal minds have it watch our brain was like, was? What have you done with the baby? What do you mean was? But no, he was just in the care of a nanny. Honestly, that was the only relief, one of the very little reliefs I felt in this episode, when the baby was freaking alive, okay? Because when even the mother, that traitor snake of a mother, I shit you not, the amount of times that I've seen and heard mothers of offenders defending them against the victims. So goddamn accurate. This show, oh my God, best episode of the show, best episode of the whole show. I cannot believe they did a whole episode dedicated to this. I am too angry. But they go to England and just the mastery, Nan, the woman that you are, the fact that she immediately knew that the way to move politics ahead, the way to move politics forward is through the goddamn masses wanting it to. If public opinion sees Jinny in a certain light, then they will be more favorable to her. Nan, But anyway, they do the whole shebang. She returns home. Theo gets the editor of whatever newspaper it was to come and see Jinny. He does a little report, tells the story as it is, tells the truth of the story. And manipulative freaking monster still manages to get his way by using his mother. That mother deserves jail. Jail for the mother. traitor ass snake. Jail for the mother. But at the same time, I can also see how James probably, but does he? Because he never seems to be manipulating her in any way. It always seems like it is mother's pity and shit like that. And I mean, in the end, she does tell them where he is, but did she do anything about it? Did she, like, because it's with her help that James gets Jinny committed. That was the scene that sent me over the edge. I wanted to, like, I was writing notes as I was watching the episode, and the whole time when that scene was happening and he wouldn't allow her family to visit her and would tell her that they didn't want to come. This is how they isolate their victims. Honestly, the fact that Jinny wasn't buying it was a little unbelievable, because victims do buy this shit. And oh my god. The whole time when he did his little plot to get Jinny to the opera and to get her to be violent towards him, because he's literally kidnapping her baby. He actually is kidnapping her baby. And my god, when he got her to get angry at him and to justify her being committed, the way that Jinny was really living the Zelda Fitzgerald life. I am so angry. Like, if you guys have been here for a while, I'm a woke leftist feminist bitch. And when the whole time that he was the part of the commitment of her being committed to the institution, and the only person that she could see was goddamn James, and he just wore her down over days and days and days until she would see her baby and want nothing else but to have her baby in her arms, and she would submit to anything he wanted. Like, when when they came to the house, when Richard and Honoria came to the house to rescue Jinny and the baby, and we didn't see Jinny, I thought he had killed her. I thought he had done something to her. I thought he had beaten her or something like that. Like, when he just locked her, I was like, best case scenario. Best case scenario. Oh, I wanted to murder him. The moment the moment I saw the people in white clothing, I wanted to murder him. You're going to commit your wife because she dared to speak out against you, the abuser? And narratives like this still exist today. That's the freaking thing. Narratives like this still exist. If you are a woman and you are abused and you dare to show anger about it, they still call you unstable to this freaking goddamn day. He has her committed. He manipulates his whole thing with the opera. He has her committed, and he drugs her. He has her drugged and like calmed in the institution. And you hear other women screaming in the other rooms. And I just can imagine how many of them are in Jinny's situation. And he wears her down. He wears her down to the point where she just gets a glimpse of her baby, and she goes with him to that god-awful house of the aunt who is where, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he killed the aunt. And she's buried in the backyard, so he can use the goddamn house. I wouldn't be surprised. He takes her to the house, and he allows her to have 5 seconds with the baby, and then immediately takes the baby away and says, for the protection of the baby, says the psychopath, for the protection of the... The way that this video just me grunting. This was such a good episode. My god. The way, honestly, I haven't watched Bridgerton. I don't know if they include these kind of themes in Bridgerton, but the fact that they created a period piece show where it's just so completely romanticized. It is pure romance. Like, everyone who falls in love in this magical petals flowing in the air, magical, like the actors are always playing up this stuff, and there's always a new romance to attach to. There's this beautiful, exciting life happening with rich people falling in love and whatever. And then in the middle, like, it's like Fleabag. It's like Fleabag. You get them with the comedy and then you punch them with the drama. That's like, they got us with the romance and then they punched us with reality. Amazing. Amazing. I will have absolutely no criticism about this show. I will. But he gets her in the house, and eventually the mother, the snake trader of her mother, Happy International Snake Day, talks to oh my god, the comparison. The mother talks to Richard and is like, your brother always looked up to you. I was like, I wanted to punch her in the face. As if that justifies anything. Like, mothers really will protect their sons regardless of whatever, won't they? One more reason not to want to have kids, because maybe he turned out to be a boy and it'll be a freaking psychopath. Anyway, the mother tells Richard where they are. Richard and Honoria go under the rules of supporting his brother. By the way, you're a psychopath and you still believe that? You freaking idiot. When Honoria was going down the steps, oh my god, I was clutching my pearls. Like, please get up. When she was about to open the door, I thought, oh my god, this is what is gonna hear. It's like, it's an old ass door. It's gonna creak and it's gonna hear her. Ugh. But she gets the baby out. Like, the whole time that the tension in this episode was amazing. Like, when they walked in the house and Jinny wasn't there, my mind was, where is Jinny? Where is Jinny? Like, where is Jinny? Go get Jinny. Go get Jinny. And it's just, the tension was so well done. So, my god. The way that I'm gonna have to cut out. Okay, I'm not gonna cut anything out. You're gonna see this uncut. So you can see my emotion about it. But then Honoria does get the baby out and she goes like, I was narrating her actions throughout the whole thing. I was like, oh my god, girl, run. And then as soon as she got into the car, I was like, oh my god, go. And then I was thinking that that Honoria was going to like wait outside of the property or something for Lizzy and for Richard, but no, she just went to the city. She left them there, and Lizzy had to walk her way back to the city because, oh my god, there is noise from the construction. I'm gonna have to stop. There's construction in a part of my house, and they're making so much noise. I want to talk about this. Okay, it stopped. It stopped. Okay. Yeah, like, not Lizzy, Jinny. Jinny had to, like, literally walk on her feet. How far away was that? Like, that looked like it was in the rural countryside. She had to walk her way back into the city, and Richard, like, at some point had to protect Lizzy because the gun came out, like, the whole episode. I was thinking, oh my god, can the gun please kill him? Can someone please kill him? Like, when Jinny had to return to that goddamn awful house to see her baby, I was just thinking, oh my god, girl, please burn down the house. Take the baby, run, and burn down the goddamn house. But the gun came out. And it's just, as soon as he pointed it towards Richard, and as soon as Lizzy left, not Lizzy, goddammit, Jinny, as soon as Jinny left, and like she started running, and we hear the moment, this is psychopath James, okay? This is monster James. The moment he pointed it to his head, I knew he wasn't going to shoot himself. No way. He was just manipulating James to get off of him so he could have the way that people, and then he was sitting there crying like, shut up, psychopath. No way in hell he felt any remorse about shooting his brother. No in hell, because he's a psychopath. He doesn't feel remorse. He doesn't feel that. The reason why he's crying is because he lost his power. He lost his wife and his son. That's why he's crying. And I shit you not, in the next episode, because now everyone has seen her go mental publicly. Everyone will believe that she's unstable. I shit you not, this freaking asshole, this monster of a person is going to blame this on Jinny. Like, shit you not, next episode is going to be policemen at that house to arrest Jinny. Shit you not, he's going to blame it all on her. There's no witnesses. No one saw it. There was no one there. It was just her, James, and Richard. He's going to blame it on her. She's going to go to prison for this. I hope, because who else is a character who else is a witness? Honoria, a woman? The maid, a woman? No one's gonna believe them. No one is gonna believe them. Like, this is what's going, like, I was saying in my last review that there was 5 episodes left. There's not. There's only 8 episodes. And 7 and 8 don't have a title. There's no other drama to hang the season on. Because, I mean, maybe the Italian lady can come from Italy saying to Guy, oh, I think we're married. But I mean, how does that compare to potentially losing your life? Like, the rest of the season is going to be about dealing with Richard's death and with this monster coming after Jinny to blame her for... There is no doubt in my mind that he's coming after Jinny to blame her for the death. No doubt in my mind. The fact that this was such a widespread practice back in the day. I mean, it still happens to a certain degree today, but this was such a widespread practice back in the day that there were institutions just meant to institutionalize women who are already victims of some bullshit or other, and were just meant to put them there to control them, and under the idea that they shouldn't rebel against their oppressors. You know, it's kind of giving back in the day when people escaping slavery was considered a disease because they shouldn't want to be free. Thank you, the Buccaneers, for giving us such a great episode and for including such a topic in a show about period piece romance. I appreciate you so very much. Can't believe we lost Richard. I like him. And there's the business with the husbands. And now, oh my... I wasn't even thinking about this. We lost Richard. He was the eldest son. James is now going to inherit everything. I hadn't even thought about this because, oh my God, throughout the whole episode, I was thinking, how does this man have so much power? How does this man have enough power to, lock his wife up, to do anything that he wants to his wife and in the house and whatever? Like, it's not even his house. It's his aunt's house. And this even said it in the episode, his aunt is not married. He's probably going to be the heir of everything. That's how he's going to keep out of jail. He's going to accuse Jinny, and then he's going to inherit everything. Because, I mean, who else is there now? His dad is gone. The aunt doesn't have a husband. I shit you not. He's going to kill his mother, and he's going to take everything away from Conchita. Because what does Conchita have now? Oh my God, it's even worse than I was thinking because now he's the heir to everything. Conchita better take that business and turn it into a goddamn fortune and rub it in his face. I've never wanted a woman to succeed more than Conchita. Oh my God. Anyway, the construction noises are continuing, so I'm going to end it here. I'm going to spare you of more of my ranting. Just know that I love this episode. I will probably have more thoughts about it, and if I do, I'll make another video about it. But so far, this is it. Please, if you are in a situation like this, just talk to someone. If you don't know anyone to talk to, just anonymously call a support association. We have them in Portugal. I'm sure they exist in a lot of other countries. Please just talk to someone, even if it's just calling anonymously to someone. Please do not believe these men or women, because sometimes it's women. It's almost always men, but let's be inclusive. And I'll see you tomorrow, probably. Bye, guys.